when is the point where you start to say, yo, hold on, man, what's going on? What am I doing? I'm kind of getting a little tired of this shit.
Yeah.
It's getting played out. It's like, hold up. I'm getting a little older. Because I'm just telling you, for me, it was just like, hold on. When was it for you when you said, hold up, was it a moment? Was it a situation? Was it just, when was that time where you said, hold up, I got to do better, man?
There was a few.
Okay. And thank you for being honest about that.
Yeah, there was a few. And one of them was definitely when somebody got me for $500 and I thought about taking his life. And it wasn't until I realized, like, literally I'm thinking about what I'm going to do to him. And it was a few things. I patted my pockets and I had money just falling all over the place. And I'm like, bro, you gonna risk your freedom for $500? And also thought about the repercussions because his people knew where my mother stayed at. So, so
back to that again.
Right. So just thinking like, wow, I'm really about to take somebody's life for $500. And number one. Number two is the birth of my daughter. Lanasia. Shout out to Lanasia. You know what I mean? And that's when I really started to think to myself, like, yo, I need to do something. But it wasn't just the birth. I caught a charge and got bailed out. And I had a vision. I had a hangover. When you get bailed out, you go to the block, get drunk and all of that. And so I got a vision when I woke up. I had a hangover. And I saw her not having me in her life. You know what I mean? Like me having to come visit me behind the wall or the cemetery. And me, I always say my love for her made up for the love that I didn't have for myself. And that moment when I had that vision, that's when I was like, yo, I got to do better. And it wasn't an overnight thing. But that's when I really started to really play chess and think about like, okay, I need to make some moves. I need to start thinking about an exit strategy, as well as the fact that the reality I was facing 10 years in prison. And so even that, you know what I'm saying? And even though you knew that comes with the life, you know death in prison comes with the life.
But you always think you can escape it.
Right. So the reality of all of those things, and there's a few things, but I would say those are the most prominent things that I could think of.
By what age was you at this point though?
I want to say my early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, around my early 20s. Yeah, okay. And I'm still in the mix.
Yeah,
but now this is on my mind.
You're a little bit clear though. It's not as foggy.
Right.
Before we was fogged out. It's just foggy. Can't even see.
Indeed.
Now we getting a little like, hold up. Because I've been there.
Indeed.
And I'm still traveling that path just on different levels now as life keeps going.